wanted to introduce you to another very important member of my family. It keeps on growing. So this is Zoe. So Zoe is a vintage Cabbage Patch doll. So my mom gave this to my little, probably maybe the first or second time that they met, you know. And when I was a kid, I played with Zoe. Maybe, I think I had another doll called Holly that I played with more, but I had a Cabbage Patch doll, and of course my dad built all of these bunk beds, and I had all that, like a lot of extra stuff for Zoe. So Zoe came to our house and has a bunk bed here, and she sleeps and whatever. So we kind of just left Zoe to be with all of the other mini stuffed animals and things that live here in our house and in our room, and didn't really think too much about Zoe. And then it was maybe a week or two later, my little one informed me that we needed to get Zoe. And I thought, okay. And this was one of those moments where we're struggling to get out the door and to go to daycare, and we're perpetually late for things. So despite getting up earlier and earlier, it seems like the earlier I try to get up and get going, that's just more time to mess about. So I'm getting used to that. But anyway, so she said, we have to bring Zoe. And I thought, okay. She says, we've been leaving Zoe alone for too long, and if we do that to a baby, DCFS is going to take the baby away. And I thought, okay, this is not something a normal, I hate to say normal, but this isn't a standard answer for why you should take your dolly somewhere. Most kids, oh, excuse me, most kids don't know what DCFS is, and I think actually that should be the goal of all parenting, is to not know what the Department of Family and Child Services does. Anyway, so all right, I thought, great, we'll bring Zoe along. That makes sense. So I took Zoe with me, you know, and so Zoe gets buckled into the car, and she gets taken out when we go into daycare, you know, and she walks with me. So Zoe's school is at my office. That's what my little one informed me, so that's fine. So Zoe has a lot of, and so later my little one informed me and pretty much everyone that Zoe needed somebody to be her mommy. And so my little one said, well, I'll be her mommy. I'll take care of her. My little one does. And Zoe has a lot of the same behavior things that my little does. So Zoe jumps on her bed, and when she's frustrated, she will hit people. Zoe says cuss words. Zoe tries to run away. So it's pretty great to watch my little go through her own play therapy with Zoe, because Zoe is essentially a direct reflection of how my little is feeling about a situation or about something. So, for example, my little went on her very first field trip at school, and we hadn't talked about it too much. She knew she was going, but, you know, we hadn't talked about it too much. Other than, you know, you're going to get on a different school bus, because she rides a bus to and from daycare. You know, she rides one of the daycare vans and whatnot. So she's familiar with that, and, you know, I thought, you'll be there, your teacher will be there, it'll be fine. But apparently she went into her classroom and said, I'm not going on the field trip. So her teacher called me, and so I got to talk to her for a little while, and, you know, she always asks me how I'm doing and how Zoe's doing, and if Zoe is listening, or if she's hitting or pushing or kicking or, you know, doing the things that we're not supposed to do. And so I said, well, Zoe's a little bit scared because she has a field trip tomorrow, but she doesn't know what to do. So maybe you could tell her what to do. So then she goes, okay. She says, number one, this is pretty standard for my little whenever we're talking about the rules or what we should do. Number one, no hit. Number two, no pushing. So she kind of explained what to do on a field trip to Zoe, so Zoe knows, and Zoe's not scared anymore. So we do that kind of a lot. If something's going on, if I find out from her teachers that she struggled with something, and then when my little asks me, you know, how was Zoe, then I'll mention, well, Zoe had some problems today. You know, she pushed somebody who, you know, she thought was being mean, or so then she has some. So then my little kind of gets a chance to explain to Zoe, this isn't how we act. And one of the cutest things that I heard her say to Zoe was, I'm just trying to take care of you. I want to keep you safe, which is something that I have said many times to her. You know, I love you, but this isn't the way to behave. So Zoe helps us a lot, but I will say that sometimes Zoe is an added frustration because we'll be ready to go. I'll get me ready, I'll get the little ready, and then Zoe needs to change her clothes. So not gonna lie, Zoe spends many a day having pajama day at school because I just don't have the time to change another tiny human or tiny entity into a dress every morning. So Zoe has pajama day a lot at school. But yes, but I think that it is pretty great to see the way that she interacts with Zoe, and now, you know, she calls her my daughter and her daughter. So not only am I a mommy now, I'm a grandma. So it's pretty great. Zoe's helping us out. One of the cute things is, so I take the little one with me to the YMCA because that's where I exercise, and they have a kid zone there, and she really likes to play there, but they don't allow children, or they highly discourage bringing in your own toys. So Zoe sometimes needs a babysitter because she can't come with us to the gym. And so this is funny. My neighbor and my good friend Allie, who lives just down the street, I called her and I said, because she helped me a great deal when my little first came, you know, with like stopping by and bringing by some groceries, or, you know, we needed baby Tylenol one night. So just things that like, I can no longer just pop out to the store and get something. It is quite a production to go anywhere. So she stopped by anyway. But so my little knows who she is and likes her, and of course because Allie's beautiful and wears dresses and has fancy hair and jewelry, and so my little is like really into that. So I called her and I said, this is gonna be a weird request, but we need a babysitter for Zoe. And so Zoe often will go over and get babysat by Allie, so, which Allie thinks is funny. So, and it's kind of cute. So I told her, I said, friends babysit your baby, real friends babysit your baby's baby. So, and one time when Allie wasn't available, the lovely gentleman who sits at the front desk at the Y, had volunteered to babysit Zoe. And so all I did, I mentioned, and I said, Zoe's in foster care, similar to my little, and she needs a babysitter. And so he said, well, okay. So, you know, Zoe spent that hour while we were at the gym just sitting at the front desk, and she was helping check people in. And my friend who also goes there was like, told me later, she said, was Zoe at the front desk at the Y? And I said, yes, she was. So Zoe gets around. But anyway, so I think it's great that my little is trying to understand her world, and so she's acting it out with Zoe. So yeah, Zoe. You're a good one, Zoe. You're pretty good, but yes. So anyway, I have so much hope for my little. She's getting there, and she's just trying to understand her world the best that she can, and I'm trying to help her, and Zoe's here helping, so it has been really great. So I hope you all are having a good day, and I'll see you later.